Another question we got from the audience, and actually I'm curious about this one myself. Don asks, he says he's a big humor fan. Was there any particular satire characters that you did on Not Brand Echh that was your favorite?
This guy, Don Chin, does he have a life? He does nothing but sit around and ask me questions, you know. No, good. Thank you, Don.
Don's
a wonderful creator.
He's done some stuff.
No, there wasn't any. There wasn't. I don't know if there was any one. You know, that the book was the idea of Gary Friedrich and myself. You know, we used to talk over how we would love to do a mad type comic book. We had both read it. Even he, when he was a little younger, had read that comic back when it was a color comic. That was my favorite. As soon as it became a black and white magazine, I began to lose interest. I still liked it okay, but not like those first 23 issues. Those were genius. And you know, and we thought we'd love to do that. And somehow I came out, Gary said, with the name Brand Echh, you know, from Stan. I mean, you know, to the idea of that would be a good name for it. So we took Stan out to lunch. Stan took us out to at lunch and asked us, do we have any ideas for new comics that weren't just another superhero, but, you know, might appeal to the audience without being just the same thing? And so we gave him that idea. The idea was we'd be satirizing the heroes of DC, and Charlton, and Tower was there, and Harvey, you know, and different characters. They were, you know, there were a lot of them then, and so forth. And Stan said, that's a great idea. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do the opposite. He stood the idea totally on his head, and he was absolutely right. If we do stories about Superman and Batman, okay, people have heard of those. We do stories about Wonder Woman, or, you know, the Blue Beetle, who's then a Charlton character, or Thunder Agents. All we're going to do is help sell the competition's books and draw attention to them.
Yep, I think we're frozen again.
Occasionally, those guys will come in, but, you know. So Gary, you know, never ceased to hate that particular concept, but I got to really kind of liking it, you know, and I enjoyed it. As far as the favorite things, there were individual stories. I think some of the ones I liked most was mostly above all, although Tom Sutton was really good, and I did some other things, but anything I did with Marie Severin was fun. She was more than anybody else, the real spirit of that magazine. And when she and I did a takeoff on Stan's big Hulk Submariner fight, you know, from changing "Let There Be Battle" to our title, "Bet There'll Be Battle," you know, or the Silver Surfer origin we did a parody of, you know, things like that, or my takeoff on Camelot, where I would get to write parodies of the lyrics. And, you know, I was going to do West Side Story, but I got busy, and Gary did that one, did a great job with that. Those were wonderful, and Tom Sutton also. But I had fun working with Colin, and, you know, and different people on it. But Marie Severin in particular was just a delight. You know, she would take my ideas, and then she would throw in her own stuff. So by the end, we had more chicken fat in it than Mad did, you know, because we'd each be writing all these crazy sides everywhere, you know.